Hi everybody, Sam White here, founding artistic and executive director at Shakespeare in Detroit. How is everyone? I hope you're all well and safe. I'm pretty good here in Detroit where I'm quarantined. I hope all of our friends around the country, around the world are well and that you're all doing okay. Okay. I wanted to put on some lipstick on this Saturday and just check in and say hi and to let you know what's happening with the theater company this year. As most of you know, these are forgive me for not being eloquent when I describe the times, but they're weird. These are very weird times. The weirdest of my lifespan so far anyway. And one of the things that I think I've given myself the challenge or the homework of doing is to make a choice about what can happen, what I can do as an arts leader in this moment. And the thing that I choose is gratitude. I can't control when the quarantine will end. I can't control whether our students are in school or not. I can't control our ability to be on stage. Those are just things that are not in my hands, in our hands currently, as we wait to see what the specific trajectory of this coronavirus, of COVID-19, is going to be. So again, I'm choosing in this moment to live in the space that I can control, and I choose gratitude. And so with that said, there's several people that I want to thank who have supported us during this time, and people who've just supported us in the past 8 seasons who have gotten us to this point. I want to make sure that, or I at least want to try to thank everybody. And if I forget anybody, please forgive me, and just know that you're in my heart. You're in all of our hearts at Shakespeare in Detroit. And just in the moment, I may have forgotten to mention you, but know that we thank everybody, because you see me talking to you now, and I'm the person who has the responsibility, or who's been charged with leading the Shakespeare in Detroit efforts, but I am by no means the only person who keeps this machine running. And so I want to thank a few people. I'm also going to give you an update on what's happening with our summer show, and I'll also talk about something really fun that we're going to do over the next couple of weeks during this quarantine in April. But let's start with gratitude, shall we? And if you see me looking over to my right, it's just because I want to make sure I'm doing my very best not to miss anybody, because we are so incredibly beyond grateful to each and every one of you who supported Shakespeare in Detroit, whether it was monetarily, or by volunteering, or by just sending us your support, sending us a note to say, hey, keep up the good work. That really does help us continue our momentum, and we're grateful. I'm grateful, so thank you so much. But I want to try my best not to forget anyone. And so thank you to everyone who supported our Indiegogo campaign in the fall of last year. We applied those funds to our educational program, which is called Shakespeare STEAM. If you're not sure, or you don't remember what Shakespeare STEAM is, well, let me tell you. It's our exciting new educational program for 3rd to 12th graders in Detroit schools. This past school year, which was the 2019-20 academic year, we worked at Boggs School, Clippert Academy, the Detroit School of Arts, and the school at Marygrove. And I should tell you, although we weren't able to complete the school year because of COVID-19, we are still in communication with the teachers and the educators there, and we're looking forward to returning to those schools in the fall, or the next academic year, the upcoming academic year, which is 2020-21. So thank you to anyone who contributed to our Indiegogo campaign. And I have to have a moment to especially thank my friend and our longtime supporter, Margaret Atwood, who has just been incredible to Shakespeare in Detroit since the day that we met, and has been an incredible friend to me, Sam, personally. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for all that you do for Shakespeare in Detroit, and all you do for the world. You're such an amazing, magical human, and I hope you know how much I adore you. and think of you often, and I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. So thank you so much. And thank you for supporting our work in schools. Thank you also to Chemical Bank. Thank you to Greektown Casino. Thank you to our friends at Strategic Staffing Solutions. Thank you to the Michigan Council for the Arts and Cultural Affairs, MCACA, MCACA. Thank you to Culture Source. Thank you to the Skillman Foundation. Thank you to our Patreon friends, our members who give a donation beginning at $5 up to $100 every month to support our work and to keep the Shakespeare in Detroit train moving. Thank you, Patreon friends. Thank you so much. Thank you to Deloitte, our longtime friends and partners. Thank you so much. The corporate community here in Detroit has been amazing to us. Thank you to all of you for helping make Shakespeare STEAM a success this year, this academic year. We thank you so much. I want to thank also our bar and restaurant partners and friends. And some of those folks are the Whitney, the historical Whitney restaurant in Midtown Detroit, the Detroit Club in downtown Detroit, 2 James Spirits in Corktown, Valentine Vodka Valentine Distillery in Ferndale, Michigan, and also Wright & Co. Wright & Co. is in downtown Detroit. Thank you for being such incredible partners for our Inebriated Reading Series. If you're not familiar with our Inebriated Reading Series, we host these special events, and these events they also support the work that we do in schools, Shakespeare STEAM. So thank you to all of our restaurant partners. And I should say that right now restaurants aren't able to host, right? They're not able to have us in their restaurants and bars and in their dining rooms because of COVID-19, but most of them have gift cards available. So if you're able to purchase one at this time, please do so. And then the minute those restaurants open, let's all run into those doors and support our amazing community of mixologists, chefs, entrepreneurs, all of these philanthropists who've really had our back. We want to have theirs. So let's definitely look forward to doing that and support them now by purchasing gift cards. Thank you to all of those entities, those amazing restaurants that I named. I also want to personally thank a couple of my mentors who have been actively supporting me as of late and who have been amazing, checking on me and just making sure that I'm okay, you know? I try to keep everything very Shakespeare-centric here on Shakespeare in Detroit's YouTube page. But if it weren't for my mentors, I have to tell you, a lot of the work that we get done wouldn't happen. So I want to thank Ron Simon, my incredible mentor out of New York City, who is just goals, like #goals. I want to be him when I grow up. I really, really do. And thank you to Cynthia Ryder, who is, speaking of Ryder, who has just been such a ride or die support system for me for the past 3 years. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for all that you do for me. And I can't wait to see you again. I also want to thank my creative partner and Shakespeare in Detroit's production manager, Cal, for all that he does and all that he is, that amplifies, that lifts up our theater company. Thank you for being such an incredible muse for me and inspiring me, and for the work that you do to make our costumes beautiful and gorgeous, to make our sets beautiful, and to make the theater company thrive. Thank you. I also want to thank our company of actors. We have a rotating list of actors in our company, but I want to thank those who have been a part of our reading series. Thank you all so much. And I also want to shout out those who are going to play a role in our Plague series. So we've decided that during the month of April, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to record and make available on YouTube the 3 plays that Shakespeare wrote in 1606 during the bubonic plague. And those plays are Antony and Cleopatra, Macbeth. It's not bad luck, I say it. Macbeth, I don't say it in the theater, but I can say it here. And then also King Lear. So stay tuned for links to those readings. We're looking forward to reading those plays and having a good time and sharing it with our audience, because we want to stay engaged with you all and we want to keep creating content that you can enjoy from your homes while we're all quarantined. And so I just want to say their names, the company members. Cal, again, who's usually our resident narrator. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Nate. And thank you, Joey, so much. Looking forward to reading those plays with you all. And last but not least, I should mention the summer show. So many of you, if you've been paying attention to our social media pages, you may have seen that we hosted auditions for The Merry Wives of Windsor back in January. And the show was cast. It was fully cast. And there was a director, a wonderful, amazing director. And the show was going to be a collaboration with the University of Windsor, in Windsor, Ontario, in Canada, of course. And unfortunately, I made the decision after a lot of thoughtful conversations with the company, with some board members, with stakeholders, friends, partners, and now is not the time to have a summer show. It is our hope. It's our hope that the quarantine will end soon, yes, but we're not sure what the post-coronavirus implications are, and whether or not audience members, whether you, I don't know, maybe you will, maybe I'm wrong, we don't know if you would want to come to a public gathering so soon after this event that we're still currently experiencing. And so we thought it's better to be safe always than not. And so we're going to wait to produce our next summer show. We're going to postpone it until it's not canceled. It's postponed until 2021. I'm not sure what format it'll be in just yet. I'm not sure where it'll be just yet. But I do want to thank the University of Windsor, specifically Lionel Walsh, for being such an amazing conspirator, in this international collaboration that we were planning to bring to Windsor and Detroit in July. Thank you so much for that, and I can't wait to work with you in whatever capacity, Lionel, in the future. Thank you to the cast, and I'm so sorry that we had to cancel the show. We were so over the moon about working with you all, but again, it's better to be safe than not, and we hope to work with you all in the future at some point. Audience, I think I've talked about a lot. I don't want this video to run too long, but if you have any thoughts about anything that I mentioned, please leave a note in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook, or tweet us, because we're going to post this on Twitter as well. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you're feeling. If there's anything that you want to talk about that's happened in the past with the company, a show that you enjoyed, that you'd love to see again. Hey, do you want to see another production of Romeo and Juliet? Do you want to see another production of King Lear? Let us know. Before I go, I should mention all of our on-stage programming for 2020 for our professional productions are postponed until 2021. So we're completely focused right now. Our team is focused on our educational program. We're looking forward to being back with our students in the fall, as I said at the top of the video. And I, myself, and our production manager, Cal, as well as our board and our partners and friends and sponsors, and our consultants, and a few other people, our cohort at Shakespeare in Detroit, are also actively planning for 2021. We hope to come back bigger and better than ever. It'll be worth the wait. Don't you worry. We know it's been almost 2 years since we've had a professional on-stage production. We had Much Ado Para Nada, which was at Clark Park in July 2018, as well as Campus Martius in 2018. And then we had 12th Night in the Black Box at the Opera House. And those were our last two productions, professional productions. Of course, we had our youth production of Romeo and Juliet this past fall, but we're looking forward to coming back on a professional stage. And again, it'll be worth the wait. I promise I'm working hard for you all. Cal's working hard. The actors are working hard. We're trying to continue to stay in touch digitally. Please know that we're always thinking about you. We're always thinking about you. We're always thinking about you. And we're so grateful for you. And we're looking forward to not just 2021, but 2031 and 2041, and continuing to grow this beautiful, unique, fresh, aspirational, inspirational, exciting, new theater company with you. Because that's the only way that we can do it and do it right, with you with you, my fellow dreamers, my fellow Detroiters, my friends around the country and the world who believe in this city, who believe in its people, who believe in the Detroit spirit as much as I do. I know you feel it as much as I do. This is just the beginning, and I can't wait for the rest of the journey with you.